Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel. No. My name is Sishi. It is Friday today, so cue title sequence.
You know you're my delight, yeah. And you let go.
Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be eating some food and responding to your questions as I've been doing every single week. I got a lot of recommendations to have the Dynamite. So that's what I'm having, the Dynamite. Today, I want to be quick. Honestly, I'm not trying to go through what I went through last week, genuinely, and I really hope I can finish this. If you guys are actually, if this is an active effort to kill me, there will be a lawsuit. So, if you are having a trivia night, what artist band would you hope comes up on the cards? An artist I know a lot about because I was a super fan. Frank Ocean. There's so much I know about him that's when I was a kid, these are the artists I had a poster of on my wall. I had a poster of Frank Ocean, poster of Kendrick Lamar, poster of Drake, and a poster of Michael Jackson, and a poster of Kanye West. You can see I'm scared this week. I'm scared. I'm actually nervous. I'm stalling high key. I don't want to eat this. It's heavy. It's hectic. It's hectic. What's the best way to make acquaintances, connections in the arts and media industry? I've never really networked in this industry. I've never gone to events and found it easy to network. I've gone to events with the intention of networking. I used to think you can network at red carpet events. That's why I used to go to so many of them. You kind of end up talking to the people you already know anyways. So for me, it's just doing the work, showing up on set with a really good attitude towards your coworkers, towards your colleagues. I also just want to take this time to remember a colleague of mine who, she was such an incredible soul and had such a good heart and embodied Christ in the way she interacted with people. And I just felt like mentioning that. Rest in peace to Mom Connie. She was one of the people who early on, when Gomorrah first started, genuinely inspired me to believe in myself a lot more. She went to the States, came back with some merch for me. I thought that was so special because I was like, why me? I mean, I don't even, we're not that close. And she's such a pure soul. And may she rest in peace and may she be in paradise. What's the best way to make acquaintances, connections in the art and media industry? Like I was saying, just show up at work and be good to people. Treat everyone don't treat crew badly or treat everyone well. And I'd actually say that in any industry. So just be good to people, man. I'm taking my time with this one. I'm savoring it. What are your thoughts of the R&B scene in South Africa? I'm not really in the R&B scene. I don't know what scene I'm in, so I do find it difficult to answer questions about things I'm not But the R&B scene, I would say it's progressing in that there are a lot of people who are doing very weird stuff. Babel Hume, Earl, Nashe, IM16, Jiggy Stapes, SQ. Those guys are so talented, dude, and they're doing alt R&B, and I've always loved alt R&B. I actually don't even really listen much to R&B. The only R&B I listen to is old school R&B, old school before the 2000s, and alt R&B. So I'd say I love that there's a lot of young people who are doing really weird stuff. I'm all for weird music, so hopefully you're also making weird music. Will you sing either way at my my manager put this question in here as must have been a prank. Must have been a prank. No. I hate that song. Which music publisher are you under? Doing this all on my own, baby. What's your favorite fruit? It's a good question. Mango. Mango is bang, bro. Mango is a fire. Fish mango. When I was a kid, we used to take raw mango, the smaller ones, cut it up, create a little chili paste, and then dip our raw mango, dip it in, and it was fire. How long does it take for you to realize you don't have to give a shit because you are the shit? Thank you, dog. I don't have to care. I appreciate that. And I'm reaching that point now. If you think the folk stuff is weird, I've got even weirder stuff coming out, bro. Yeah, dude. Like, I'm never gonna stop making weird music. I'm never gonna stop. So I'm like, I know I say I care a lot, and I clearly do care about what people think, but my actions don't really show that in terms of what I put out, in terms of me doing this literally every single week. But anyways, I just want to say, at Imbali, thank you, bro. You're the GOAT. Morning, hope you're doing well. When and where did you do your first audition for a role? I was about 15 years old, washed a couple cars to make enough money to take the taxi, which was 10 rand. So essentially I washed a car for 5 rand, I washed another car for 5 rand. I took a taxi taxis were that cheap, that's crazy. I took a taxi from home to town, walked, asked Uti taxi at Glenwood High School. I was pointed to it, got on that taxi, went to Glenwood. DHS, not Glenwood, back to DHS. I went to an engineering high school, George Campbell School of Technology. There was no drama offered, there was no music offered, there was nothing really in the arts, only arts and culture in grade 8 and 9. So by that point, I wasn't doing any of that stuff. I found that audition on a poster. I get there's 800 other young, aspiring artists. In that corner on the right, there's people doing vocal warm-ups. I've seen people doing that, but I don't know how to do it. In that corner, I see there's like a circle and there's someone like breakdancing. In the front, I see somebody practicing a monologue. And I was completely overwhelmed, obviously, because I was like, yo, these kids like they're with it. Like, that's crazy. Spoke to some of them. They're like, oh yeah, I'm a vocal coach. I was like, you have vocal? You guys can afford vocal coaches? That's crazy. So I was very much like, I think I should turn around and go home because I don't actually know anyone here and I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this. Essentially, I found a friend of mine, may his soul rest in peace, Lindo. Well, he wasn't a friend of mine at the time, but I found this guy who just was singing crazy. And I was like, yo, you've got a great voice. He was like, you've got a great voice. And then we did these auditions. It was like, first you do the singing audition, I think, and then you do the dancing audition, and then you do the acting audition. And slowly they were just cutting down until they had like 30 people left. And I was chosen. And I was like, this is crazy. We rehearsed for months, and then we ended up performing live at the Elizabeth Snedden Theatre. Do you produce your own music? It's so good. Well, I am the executive producer in that I do oversee the production of everything. But Jaden Lewis is my producer now, primarily. Before I used to work with Jordan Clem. We worked really well together. We still do every now and then. Jaden Lewis now is like my guy. I go to him for everything. And then I'm working with Babel Hume now as well. And then the other songs I produce myself, or I work with Milan, who also is my manager. Tishi, what's the struggles you have when making music? By the way, I love your music. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me take another bite because... No, it is Dynamite. Please. It is really hard to get something that's in your head onto, out. It's really hard. So I'd say that was one of the things I struggled with the most until I met Jaden. We're on like the same wavelength, which I think is crazy because a lot of artists do struggle to find someone like that. Lyrics, you actually have to kind of think about and apply yourself when writing lyrics. But like melodies, I love coming up with melodies, bro. It's so fun. Just come up with the weirdest stuff you possibly can. I don't really struggle to make music anymore, man. That's amazing. When are you doing a world tour? Would slap to have some of the South African flavor in Australia. I would love to do that. That would be great, bro. Maybe soon. Pray for me. Book me. Stream the music more. Help me. Can you draw? No. Bro, your live performance is on my birthday. Happy birthday to you for the 24th of August. 24th of August. Do not forget to get your tickets, man. Tickets. One, I've noticed that the overall quality of your music is becoming more refined. Is this because of a shift in mindset or maybe because you dedicate more time to your craft? It's both. One, the mindset shifts because you start to realize it's not worth doing stuff because other people like it or because you think other people like it. Less people like your music when you're trying to make it for them. When you just care about expressing yourself in the most honest way possible, interestingly enough, more people do gravitate towards that. But my streams, for example, for Either Way, which is a song I dropped 5 years ago, that has a lot more streams than the songs now that I'm like, I feel like I'm honestly expressing myself. So the mindset shift has not got to be rooted in what people think, but in just being honest. And it's hard. but just be honest. Do I dedicate more time to my craft? 100%. I had a full-time job. I was an actor Monday to Saturday. I'd wake up at 4 sometimes. I'd get home at 8 p.m. So the only time I had to write songs, Sincerely Yours, Night in the Hills, all those songs I dropped before, I was writing them in between takes. Act, cut, let me quickly write, quickly pen. So that was a hobby. It felt like a hobby. I wasn't actually doing this full time. I'm doing this full time. I wake up in the morning and I write songs now. So my career... Being a full-time artist actually started this year. One thing you learned in your 20s, one thing, actually, a director on the series I was working on, I was very nervous when I was working on that. It was Your Christmas, because it was it was this character who was just cool, you know? And by cool, I mean he was quite confident in himself. I really struggled with that. You know, he's got his t-shirt off and it's just like vibes, and that's not really what I'm like into doing anymore. So he came up to me and he was like, dude, one day you're gonna wake up, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and you're gonna realize there's so many things you just can't do anymore. Because if you do them, you're actually a fool. You're a clown. You're too old to be doing that. Not because of what people think, but because of the responsibilities you're gonna have. All that other stuff. Just be yourself, dude. Just give it your all. Like when you don't look the same and the clothes don't fit and the voice isn't the same and the back is sore and then you wanna go. When everything was working amazingly, I did it. Molo Sishi, I'm in a technical high school and I wanna pursue acting. Any advice? Bro, I see it through. I don't have advice for you. I just have what happened to me. I just saw it through, bro. Give it your all. My thing is, in whatever I'm doing, I just gooi. Just gooi. Me, I was in a technical high school. I was number 1, you know? Just gooi. Just give it your all. Where you can, when you do. This is not me giving up. It's me prioritizing. Okay. If you're in a technical high school, do your best in whatever it is that you're doing in that technical high school. When you do have time then on the side to spare, watch movies, read books. I just watched movies and I read as many books as I could. What is it that you're always drinking in your videos? The cup is empty. The gig is up. The jig is up. I used to drink chamomile in the videos, but then it just became too much admin to pour chamomile and then do another take. And then, you know, and then sometimes, boy, what you gonna do? Who do you consider your role model in the industry?
You know this distance, it's temporary.
The artists who don't confine themselves to like a genre. Like I look up to those kind of artists, but there's no role model. I've never actually had a role model in my life. Besides the Lord Jesus Christ. What advice would you give to students when applying? Applying for? What do you mean? Students applying for what? Jobs? High school students applying for university? I'm not really sure what you mean. But in anything you're applying for, just apply yourself. What's something you wish more people knew about me? About me? Dude, I literally post every single week. I'm releasing 52 songs. I'm releasing a song every single week. I'm performing on the 24th of August. Do you think the younger Sishi, the Signal High Sishi, the BCom Sishi, the Hectic 99 Sishi, oh, it's an OG! It's an OG! OG! Do you think the younger Sishi, the Signal High Sishi, the BCom Sishi, the Hectic 99 Sishi is proud of the Sishi that you are now? Whoa. That's deep. I didn't think that's where this was going. Absolutely. At sumo. Can I see you real life? 24th of August. You didn't answer the last 2 times. Why continue? Oh, did you ask questions last time? See, I don't put these questions together. So this is somebody else's fault. I'm not gonna say his name, even though I already said it in this video. But he... Why do people pronounce Monday as Monday? It's a very good question. The English language is a discombobulation. It baffles me a lot. How you play at a recital and recite at a play. How's life in the USA? As South Africans, we kind of grow up with this perception that the USA is like, I don't know, there are no issues there. And like our country's like the worst country in the world, and like their country's like the best country in the world. So we should all aspire to go there one day. I just want to say I disagree with that. Question, just lots of love from possibly your biggest fan in Nairobi, Kenya. Keep it soaring. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. When will you come visit your fans in Bulawayo? Well, maybe just me and 5 others. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. It's not just you and 5 others. There's like thousands. I've got like hundreds of thousands. How do you deal with constant public attention and screaming fans? Look at people as people. So when they celebrate you, then they're coming from a place of genuine love, genuine like appreciation. But I sound like such a wholesome person, eh? I'm a nice guy. I'm not looking at it. No one's actually like in that corner. It's temporary. Would you perform at Joburg Theatre? Yeah, are you trying to book me? Ever thought of designing your own merch for us to represent you before the 24th? That's a good idea. But if I made merch, would you buy it? Is that what you're saying? Now that's a different story. Because if you make merch, people have actually got to buy it. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose money, and I can't lose more money. JK. We on for the 24th all the way from Swaziland. You're coming from Swaziland! I don't know why I do this when someone mentions another African country, but like, well, I'm gonna see you then. So that's it for It's Friday again. Thank you for sending your questions. I'll see you next week. Do not forget, 24th of August, buy your tickets. Do not forget that I have released a song today. It's called Sunsets. Beautiful song, made it with Babu Hume. That was when I was like, I'm gonna work with these guys for sure moving forward. Amazing bunch of guys. But don't let them hear me say that. But yeah, new music out. It's Friday again. See you next week.